Oh, cool. That's what I was looking forward to the worst dungeon. Alright, before I really get into this. Your dad's waiting for you, Norma. Get home. Well, I think that, and not to argue against that, but like the luck that I've had so far has been pretty good. I haven't, there are battlefields I've been able to just, just go ahead and sit on, just like hold down on the action key and get through it. Oh, really? 25-minute difference? Jesus Christ. I'm probably gonna have to like block out some time to sit down and watch a world record run of it. The other day, just on a lark, I looked at the Super Mario All-Stars NE3%, just to see how that would go, and I think it takes about 30 minutes if you do an NE%. But because I'm doing everything on the keyboard right now, until I get a proper controller, I probably wouldn't try doing something like that. That's really interesting, like a 25-minute difference. Yeah, fuck you, bird. I see, okay. Of course it would be involved in dying. Because I was trying to think, I couldn't name a fight that took more than a couple of tries. Maybe one guy at the very beginning before I was really figuring out what it was that I was doing. Ugh. Cool, I healed myself again. But one thing I like about the speedrunning community is that if you were in that situation, everyone would have nothing but sympathy for you. Everyone would be like, oh man, that fucking sucks, I've been there. Like, no one would be mad or rub it in your face or anything like that. Because it's RNG. Ah, well, oh well. Lurker's gonna lurk, Steve. Lurker's gonna lurk. Besides, you're missing out on all this excellent speedrunning conversation. This feels like this should have taken a lot longer. Am I right? Am I wrong? Yeah, Muppets in Space is a pretty great name. Can I fight him? I mean, is he gonna give me, like, some shit? Yeah, he's giving me some shit. What a fucking dickweed. Jesus Christ. Although, don't sell yourself short, Steve. Secret bonus level is a really great gaming, streaming, name thing. Haha, dicks. Palette swaps. Cool, I got poisoned in return. What an asshole. No one likes you, giant eyeball. Motherfucker. Miss? Thank you. So you gotta use reverse psychology on the game. Well, fuck my life. Let's see if this is gonna do us any favors. Pseudopod? Well, is it a pod or isn't it? Yes. Keep on forgetting that the memory, it just remembers what your last selection was, and that's really awful. I strive only to be entertaining to watch. I don't know, I get quite animated when things go my way in a speedrun. Also, probably the darkest, cruelest things I've ever said have been when a speedrun was not going my way. And I mean dark. Like, what I said was not okay. What do you mean? What the fuck is this place? Like, the things, when I was trying to get my Bioshock sub 60 run, I was saying things that I can guarantee I'm not allowed to be in heaven anymore. I don't think I mean, I get mad, but if someone's watching, I try to be funny mad. Like a Lewis Black kind of mad. Just because, like, when I actually get angry, it's historically embarrassing, so. But in fairness, in that one run of Bioshock, like, there was some prime bullshit that I was dealing with, and I mean prime. But if I was streaming it, I probably wouldn't have said the things that I said. Like, it would come and go pretty quickly. I wouldn't sit there and like, scream and go on about bullshit. I think it's because I have a life outside of this. It is real. It's fucking real. It's the realest real on the internet. Everything else is just nonsense. Yeah, there's something nice about having, like, someone else physically there, or just the idea that someone is watching, like online or something like that, makes it a little bit better. But, so for about, on and on again for about a year, I was trying to get a sub 60 run on Bioshock, any percent, and it was absolutely driving me crazy that I couldn't quite get it. And most of it was because of the hardware specs that I have. You know, I most of those runs last about 40-ish minutes. So that's why I was like setting it at sub 60. And there was one time I did the last hit on Fontaine. I just needed to run up and stick him with the needle, and god damn it, all the splicers in the room physically were just standing in my way, and it cost me the time that I was looking for, and I almost, oh my god, oh god, it was bad. It was so bad that even though no one was watching, and even though nothing actually happened, I felt so bad about acting and thinking and feeling that way that I still carry it with me. Yay! All right, let's. There we go. And the speedrun version of it is not like, I remember when I first played through it, I remember thinking that it was very enjoyable, but for some reason the speedrun version of it I actually enjoy more than the regular game itself, if that makes sense. There's just something about the speedrun part. Like, I really don't like the Arcadia level, and the Fort Frolic level also kind of frustrated me. Yeah, it's one of the few first-person shooters that I'm okay with. Most of them I'm just like the new Doom. I remember just absolutely blowing. I was just sucking so hard at it. No, didn't want to do that. Fuck. I think I'm gonna watch the a world record run of it just to see how it goes, and of course I'll do that like after I've casually played through this. But my interest has been piqued as to whether I would enjoy this as a speedrun. It's such a weird fucking game. Like I couldn't even say if it was a bad game. I mean, there are parts of it that are very bad, but I also know people that aren't convinced as to whether or not FF6 is a good game. There's one I'm good friends with one guy, known him for years. He absolutely detests Final Fantasy VI. Okay, strong against earth attack. Also good to know that that is considered an earth attack. But there are parts of this that just don't seem to make that much sense. Like, why do you only have 2 characters to deal with? And, you know, why does the story suck so much? And I don't know, just things like that make it a little harder to deal with. But here's the thing, he doesn't like FF6, but he doesn't like FF6, but FF4 he considers to be the best of the entire series. Like, nothing wrong with FF4 whatsoever. The story's great, the gameplay's great. Which has only confused the fuck out of me. Right, exactly. Snicker K. That's perfect. That is the best response, and maybe the only response. Like, FF4 is good, but it's not the best in the series. There's no part of it that's the best in this. There's nothing about it that makes it the best in... What the fuck? What a piece of shit. Right, the dialogue is absolutely just hardcore shitty. There's no reason why Kane needs to be manipulated back and forth to either side. There's no reason for, I don't know, like the moon, like the fucking moon. And also, at the beginning of the game, it's quite clear that there are 2 moons, but you only go to 1. Just what the fuck? And that's the thing, is that he's not trying to start a fight. He thinks that the characters in FF4 are the best. He thinks that it's the best story, you know. If I didn't believe that it would cost us our friendship, I probably would fight him on it. But not worth getting that upset about. But if you pointed a gun at his head and you were like, "What's the best game in the? What's the best Super Nintendo game?" He would, without a doubt, without hesitation, say, "Chrono Trigger." So I don't know, man. I really don't know. I really like Chrono Trigger too. Last year, I actually played it all the way through for the first time, and it was a really great game. There were parts of it that, you know, were just so well done. Brought a tear to my eye. Alright, I'm doing this wrong. Exactly. Like, I couldn't convince him that, you know, Chrono Trigger is not the best game. Although I wouldn't argue against Chrono Trigger. But I couldn't convince him that FF6 is the best of the series. Just not worth it. Almost did not make that. Right, I don't think it would make me a better person if I convinced him of it. Like, my life isn't gonna go better. Anyway, he's happy. That's really what's important. I don't know, I always felt like people like to argue video games because if I could convince this other person that my opinion is correct, that somehow makes me better. I mean, I was the kind of guy like that in high school would get mad if you hadn't seen Star Wars, and then maybe a little bit later in the game, but at a certain point I was like, maybe I should just like let people like things the way that they want to like things, and move the fuck on with my life. Oh, for God's sakes. Okay. Ugh. Perspective philosophy, eh? That's interesting. Ugh. Going about this wrong. Uh-oh. Whew. That could have been bad. At the same time, though, it is the internet. And if I'm going to argue with someone, might as well be here. That is true, and chill is underrated. Bum 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 bum. Rather nasty attack. Yeah, it's been the last several months have been an interesting way of kind of going about picking fights and knowing what to argue about and what not to argue about and that kind of thing. At least for me. So it's been and also it's helped in that it's easier to think about what is the end result of this fight, why am I arguing this, which has in itself helped a great deal in my actual day-to-day. I don't know why there's any anger on the internet anymore. I mean, they brought back Arrested Development. What more do you people want? Where does it end? Thanks, I'm sure that I stole that from somebody somewhere. How do you fucking miss? It's an old man floating in the air, he's got 2 balls. Jesus Christ. And why are these guys hanging out together? Like, why are these 2 old men hanging out with this little octopus eyeball? I have not had a chance to watch BoJack Horseman, and either I'm going to think it's absolutely hilarious, or I'm just going to spend most of every episode crying my eyes out because it's hurting me so much. And it's only one of those 2 options, like it can't be both. Mother truck pus bucket. I like elitist things. No, I was listening. There was the creator of the show was on a show that I listened to, and he seemed like the kind of guy that I could hang out with. So I would probably enjoy it a lot. Oh man, I don't even know where the fuck to go in this place. Well, I really love Will Arnett, like a great deal. And usually the kind of things that he signs up for are things that I like. Frank, what's going on? Oh, that it sounds BoJack Horseman sounds like a lighthearted romp. All these bad guys can eat my dick. Great. Usually would be that kind of thing. You're on your way home from work. Like, you're not driving, right? Like, it might be a silly question. Like, tell me there's a bus involved. Or a Lyft. Perhaps even Uber. If I did Twitch and drive, because I have 2 jobs, and one of my jobs is as a delivery driver. Oh, good, good. This was pointless. Good. Anyway, what I was saying was, if I watched Twitch and Drive, I would blow through my data. So fucking hardcore. You're a braver man than I. Frank, are y'all getting any of Irma passing through? Motherfucker. He's like old jazz musicians. What? There they are, smoking their reefer. Oh, I was asking if you were catching any of Hurricane Irma, or I guess Tropical Storm Irma, where you are. Yes! Got a fucking sick-ass spell. Oh, Muppets, is it? Is it the best spell? I have no idea. I mean, if you say it is, that's all I need to know. Yeah, I'm in Georgia, so we caught I'm in North Georgia, so we caught a good bit of it yesterday. I lucked out, I didn't lose my power. And a big tree branch didn't fall and crush my wife's car, so everything is good in the proverbial hood. Okay, good to know. There's not like a scan or a peep spell in this, so it's kind of wondering how I was going to figure that out other than the hard way. Okay, that's not too confusing. One question, Muppets. The number of bosses, is that, or I assume that's RNG as well, correct? Alright, looks like these fucking birds are gonna get it. It's now occurring to me that you meant flare. Oh, I meant the number of monsters in an encounter. I assume that's random. I assume that's like part of the RNG. Not bosses. I misspoke. That's to say, like, if I see an icon and it's got a sorcerer, is it always going to be 3 sorcerers, or is it going to be something else? Or could it be, like, 2 sorcerers and a fucking bird? Yeah, murder. Murder the old man. Oh, it's determined at the time of the encounter? Like, you couldn't seed manip this if you tried? Oh man. That's fucking that's some gangster shit, really. Like, no joke, that's pretty hardcore. The more I think about it, the worse it is. Yeah, no, there's no way that there could be if it was random at the time of the encounter. Like, it would be impossible. And actually, I'm gonna go ahead and give that to Mystic Quest. Like, that makes it a better game of sorts. Alright, Muppets, take it easy, drive safe. Yeah, if I pick this up for a speedrun, we'll definitely start racing and make it the cool thing to do. Oh, motherfucker. I'm gonna pause the video here real quick. I need to use the restroom. I will be right back.